observation one is that workers are concerned with how much money they're making per hour. The worker is more concerned with how much money they're making per hour. They're more concerned with that than they are with the price of the Coke. The idea is that if you were earning $10 an hour and your boss came up to you and said, now you're earning $9 an hour, bucko. Or if the government came along and removed the minimum wage thing and then whatever, price going down, that it's quite likely that you would, there'd be. I lived in Austin in the early 2000s, and they shut down the main I-35 in protest against the Iraq War. Like 7,000 or 8,000 people. I was not there, but I was talking to a guy who was there immediately after. It was just a really incredible grassroots explosion. Look how effective it was, right? Especially in the middle of Texas. But the idea here that Keynes is going after, and the idea that you can think of in this election cycle, is that if you're a worker and you earn $10 an hour and your boss comes and tells you that you're earning $1 less, then you're more likely to get on your bike with 7,000 other people and clog up a major highway artery than you are to find that the price of Coke doubled or something, right? If the price of goods changes, you're earning less money in terms of purchasing power. Your real wage is less because you're paying more for everything. So where it's helpful to think about daily sustenance, daily requirements. I mean, you have to have steak, right? And if the cost of steak goes up, then you're earning less. But if the cost of steak goes up, you're less likely to revolt than if the price you were earning per hour went down by the same amount. And that's important as it games out. But so one important idea there to think about is that you're earning a real wage. There's a certain amount of real goods that money that you're earning can be transferred into, and there's all kinds of dancing around that goes, and that the mass amount of people in terms of mass media in this country and being United States citizens, we are more likely to accept changes of the price of goods than we are to accept something as fundamental as how much we're earning per hour. And the second observation, which can also be applied to today's political spectrum, is that according to Keynes, the classical theory says that the wage that we arrive at is a result of bargains between workers and employers. And this is an idea that shows up over and over and over again in right-wing thinking. It crops up over and over again, where you will find any number of people saying that, oh, well, we just end up with the price because this guy decides to work for that. And that's oftentimes an argument that I run into against the minimum wage, where they'll say, well, if Jose wants to work for 25 cents an hour, he should be free to do so. You find it, that's something that you can imagine Stefan Molyneux saying, or you can hear Peter Schiff saying that. They should have the freedom to work for 25 cents per hour. And so the idea there is that you've got this workers are negotiating with bosses. Oh, I'm offering a job for this much. And you have some workers say, oh, I'll do it. You have another worker say, oh, that's not quite enough money for me. I think I'll hold out and wait for another job to come along. So that's a picture that Fox News has, really, Bill O'Reilly. Whether they want to admit it or not, at bottom, they imagine that what's going on in the real world when it comes to jobs and stuff, and it comes to wages, even if you took away the minimum wage requirements or minimum wage laws, that what you'd be left with is the free association and the free whatever deals being made between workers and the employers who employ them. The center of my work, I don't want to give away my secrets.